Last of the ZR1s headed to New Jersey. Our Sebring orange, the sun is out today. Metallic is really popping on the Sebring orange. Beautiful car. Actually going to one of the owners of our yellow 1ZR stick that we sold. And this is the last ZR1 that we had in inventory. We do have our two ceramic matrix grays, the coupe and the convertible. But those will not be for sale, and it's just becoming increasingly difficult to find any ZR1s in a stick collector grade. We were looking back at our Facebook memories today, and at this date last year, which is crazy, we bought the black 1ZR stick with 65 miles, which was local to us, and that was the first one that we put on the market for resale, and got absolutely crushed for putting it out for, I think at the time it was like 198, 199, so just under 200. And now, I mean, every car in a manual that's seems to be 1,500 miles and under is listed for at least 200, all the way up to 289 for cars with 13 miles. So it's been pretty crazy to see, you know, where this market has gone in the last year and the jumps that they continue to take. And I'm sure we'll wind up with another one at some point, but it is the first time really in a year that we don't have any ZR1s kind of on the back burner. Even guys that, you know, have been in contact with us that had different ones, and cars that were delivery miles, whether they were automatics or sticks. You know, those cars have either been sold or they're keeping them for their private collection. And I gotta say, probably 95% of those cars are sold. I mean, we've either got them ourselves or helped kind of put them in a new home, and they're just becoming very, very hard to find. We had several calls after this car sold here. You know, different collectors, different guys looking for manuals in a ZTK, in a stick. And I just told them it's you know, the first time that I really have no cars on our radar for where they're at. You know, you go through the numbers, 580 some in a ZTK with the manual, and on the market now, earlier today, there was 15 listed in a manual, but they're all really higher miles, except maybe one or two of them. So, you know, a lot of them may have been tracked or may have been miled up, and, you know, the collectors really want them under 1,000 miles. Maybe they'll adjust a little bit here as time goes on, like they have with some other cars, just because it's becoming very hard to find the cars that are one owners with everything. And this car does have everything with it. You guys saw that in our video. If not, I'll pop the trunk and you'll see everything here. Probably, like I said, around 30 cars with the ZR1s up to this point. You got stuff on the passenger seat, and so much of the documentation from the factory and parts here in the trunk with the poster. Actually, he took the poster when he came the other day to look at it. Car cover, winglets, and it's just been crazy to see, like I said, where these cars are going, what's kind of happened in the last year with them. You know, people were laughing at us, and Jeremy said a couple months ago he thought that the ZR1s were going to outdo the Gen 5 Viper ACRs, and a lot of people thought that was crazy talk at the time. And now the Vipers seem to have leveled off a little bit here, and the ZR1s are really knocking on the door of what those cars are doing. And they've taken turns, you know, the last couple months here, throughout the last year really. They've just taken turns of which cars were hot. It was the ZR1s, the Vipers kind of flip-flopping back and forth and fighting for top dog for modern muscle cars, for the domestic modern muscle car. Because again, everything now, Dodge just came out this week, mentioned that their Charger and Challengers are no longer going to be produced after 2023. Everything's moving to EV, or the electric vehicles. So don't be surprised now when you start seeing the Hellcats and the Chargers and those cars as well take a jump, because everyone's going to be fighting for you know, these type of cars, because you're moving to a whole different time. It reminds you a lot of the muscle car era of the 60s and 70s. But we were talking the other day, it's a much wider range of years I think you're going to see here, not just, you know, that gap that you saw then. You got cars even from, you know, 2004. This week on Bring a Trailer, they had a Mr. Chrome SVT Cobra that did $80-some thousand. So, you know, you're talking about a 17-18 year time frame where these cars are just going crazy. So we want to do a little video, especially today, you know, 1 year to the day that we bought the black 1ZR, and here we are today with our Sebring orange. So many coming and going. As you guys know, the last year, kind of what we've been known for is the ZR1s, and it's just been a blast. And thanks for everybody who's been watching and connected with us through them, and we look forward to hopefully getting one here sometime, but I don't see it happening anytime soon.